Let's see what we got here. Good evening.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. Today I'm talking to you about AMC stock and what is the fuel for the short squeeze. Basically, this is what we call rocket fuel for the short squeeze, and I'm going to tell you what it is. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, please add notifications, and at the very end, please share the video.
This is what we call rocket fuel.
So basically, the rocket fuel for the AMC short squeeze is volume. It starts with a V, volume. And if we take a look back at what happened,
well, there isn't much of that.
Tiny little baby gamma squeeze where AMC ran up to $72-ish, it was because of volume. So let's take a look back and go a little further back than that. We take a look at May 13, 2021. AMC is at about $10.88 per share. And then we start to see a spike in volume. So as of right now, AMC average volume is only at about 28 million, okay? 28 million.
Guess what? It needs to be 20 times that. 20 times that.
Most of the trading's off exchange.
Doesn't matter.
If you take a look at my previous videos, you'll see why I pointed that out to you. But anyways, back to this.
How much was on exchange, off exchange last year when you had the baby gamma
AMC
squeeze run up?
Had a little bit of a run.
Compare that.
May 13th
to
May 14th, the price increased $2.43 per share. And what happened was there was a 5x in volume. It went from an average volume of 54 million all the way up to 296 million.
Sure.
So 5x in volume equated to a $2.43 price increase.
Well, it doesn't. So it's not a linear thing.
And about a week later, May 25th, we see a price increase from $13.61 up to $17.61. That's a $4.15 increase. Wow, what kind of volume did we do? Well, we went from 213 million to 379 million. Another big, huge bump in volume, and at this point, volume is just so high. And then we're going to take a look at, let's see, May 27th to May 28th. We have a $13.20 price increase in one day. And what happened with the volume? The volume went from 379 all the way up to 705 million. Wow, look at the volume. And then the 28th, let's see, then we got the June 1st. Okay, so June 1st to June 2nd, in that range, we had a $40 price increase. On top of all these other increases, we had a $40 price increase basically in one day. And the volume had hit 766,000. Look at that.
Million.
So
million.
Volume is the rocket fuel for the short squeeze. This was a little gamma squeeze, but the short squeeze is going to be much bigger. So you might ask yourself,
he's a little confused there. It sounds like
volume. Where did it come from? It came from the shorts covering. That's an unpopular opinion.
He just said it was a gamma squeeze. Which is it? Is it a gamma squeeze? Is it a short squeeze? I mean, God.
People want to say it was retail buying.
It's everything.
But it wasn't. It was the shorts covering, and they didn't fully cover. They covered like a little small part of their position, and the price started to get out of control, and they had to stop covering. And you can see how they tried to do it in phases. Phase 1, May 14th, $2.43 price increase. May 25th, $4 price increase. May 27th, $13 price increase. June 1st, $40 price.
I mean, okay, but that totally disregards the effect of any selling that had any effect on the price. So he's saying that they took it up this much, they took it up this much, but the price is like the net price between, buyers pushing it up, sellers pushing it down. Okay, what do we end up at? It's not controlled like that. Oh God, it's so annoying.
Increase. Interesting how it went up, right?
These idiots talk about this shit.
And then the volume went up each time too, significantly. It's all about the volume. So it's not like retail got together and they had a party and they said, this is the day we're going to buy. It doesn't work that way, friends. You got to be smart about this. That was the short.
Got to be smart about it. You got to be smart about your pump and dumps.
Covering a portion. Right. And each time they covered a little more, and the price increase was that much higher each time they covered. There was 4 big jumps. 4 big jumps. And that was not even them fully covering. That was them getting a taste of what was going to happen when they covered. And it terrified
Uh,
them. And after
so
that, after
then
the $72, they're like,
I
we're
don't
not
I
going to
don't get
cover for a
this
long time. We got to shake
this
these things
theory at
down
all. This makes no sense.
because we scared the F
Try
out of
again.
them.
You didn't scare
So I
anybody.
hope you enjoyed this
The
video.
fuck?
Now you have a better
No, you
idea
didn't.
of what we need for the short squeeze to pop off. We need volume, friends. We
It ain't
need a
gonna
lot of
happen.
volume. And that's going
Ain't
to
gonna
come from the
happen.
short
Why did you
squeeze.
have volume last year and now you have shit for volume? Let's talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. But well, the futures are about to open, so I guess we'd go over here, talk about this. Then we could talk about that. I mean, seriously though, like you're sitting there bitching about the volume. Who do you expect to do all this buying and with what money? Where are people getting the money to go out and buy hundreds of millions of shares? Oh, I bet he has less than 2 fucking months experience in the market, honestly, and probably has traded less than 2 stocks, probably 1 stock. Uh, oh shoot. This There we go. Is it Elvis Costello? No. Um, and I that's insulting to Elvis Costello, Model 3 dude, so, shit, I can't think of any good song quotes right now. Um, I don't know. I could think of Joe Jackson. So anyway, so it looks like we got equities going up a little bit, gapping up slightly. Well, actually, appears to still be down. Aha. So it's about unchanged. The dollar is up a little. Wait, is this now? It's the 18th. Yeah. Bonds down a little bit. That means the yields will be up. Crude oil. Everything's pretty much basically unchanged except for natural gas, which is about 6% lower. What does it mean, Pee Wee? Well, we'll find out maybe. Okay. Garbage. Okay, so well, let's see what we've got suggested in the Telegram chat for videos here. So I'm gonna do one that I did. I copied in earlier. This is about financial suicide.
What's up, this Frankie, man. Let me say I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say in this video is for entertainment
The
purposes only.
AMC short squeeze play
Whatever I
is
say in this
financial
video is my
suicide
opinion. It may
for
not
short
necessarily be
sellers.
factual. Don't let what I say in this video
You
be
have
the
to look at the
determining
chart for
factor
this one.
as to whether you should buy, sell, or hold a stock. If you hear a little noise in the background, man, this is my dog. He got a toy. He acting crazy over here. But anyway, look, these one
Look,
percenters and these short sellers, they doing everything that they can to try to convince us that this AMC short squeeze play is not financial suicide for a lot of short sellers when they know it is.
I don't understand
You
how
see,
you
these
can
criminal
claim that.
hedge funds, man, these short sellers, they got a business model. And this business model that they get, it has made them trillions of dollars by them being able to exploit retail investors financially. The business model is criminal, it's
70%.
unethical, but it's effective if they don't have to follow regulations. And if they able to,
Yeah.
destroy companies, and get the companies to get delisted or to file
I don't
bankruptcy,
think that they have
then
any
it's also effective for
short
it.
sellers don't
See what I'm
affect
saying? And this
people going to the
business model
AMC
that I'm talking
theaters.
about
So
is illegal naked short. It's a criminal business model.
yeah, well,
And
but there's no
illegal
proof.
naked
There's not a single goddamn shred of proof for what you're talking about. None. Zero. Okay. I can't believe we're still talking about this. I'm surprised.
shorting is banned
I've been
in
right here
other
on the front
countries.
line for this for over a year and a half.
However, in America, they've used this business model, like I said, to make trillions of dollars by selling phantom, fake, and counterfeit shares and destroying companies with those fake shares. And what they do is these short sellers, they look for distressed companies and they look for weak companies and they short those companies, man, out of existence. And they get
No,
rich. They get
no, they
rich
don't.
doing it. But see, here's where they
I mean,
fucked up at. See, the thing is,
let's see some examples that are from like, oh, I don't know, the last 10 years and don't involve West Christian or uh, Parker Pettit. Then we might be able to get somewhere. Everything goes back. Oh, and also mentions overstock. Fucking overstock.
is the SEC know they screwed up. The DTCC know they screwed up. FINRA know they screwed up. They know they screwed up. And we know they screwed up. Because although they made trillions of dollars, man, with that illegal naked short business model, in order for them to be able to keep that money comfortably without consequences, they needed for retail investors to trade those fake shares, or they needed for retail investors to totally sell those fake shares. And they needed for the companies that they were shorting, they needed for those companies to go to get delisted or to go into bankruptcy. And what happened was with AMC and GME, they wasn't able to do that. See, they want the companies to get delisted and to go into bankruptcy, because if the company get delisted, that means it wipes out the retail investors forever. And see, they don't have to buy them fake shares back that they sold. So they need for the companies to get delisted so that they can go home rich without paying taxes.
Why would they
Like
if they
I
didn't
said,
borrow
the
them in the
problem
first
is,
place?
see, when it comes to AMC and GME, we diamond hand those fake shares, which was catastrophic for them. But not only was that catastrophic, they weren't able to get AMC, GME delisted or get them to file bankruptcy. So they got deeper in a hole. So as a result of that,
Yeah, I don't
in
know.
my
Shadow
opinion,
stars.
they owe retail
I just go with it.
investors trillions of dollars.
Learned not to
And we
question it
got them
anymore.
trapped. And we got our foot on their neck, and we're not going to let them out. You see what I'm saying? See, they had a plan, but the plan didn't work. You see what I'm saying? And we came out on top. That's just the way it is. And like I've always said, in my opinion, because of them selling billions of synthetic fake shares to
Billions.
try to short AMC out of existence, and they was unsuccessful because of them billions of synthetic shares, I feel like AMC, man, is a multi-trillion-dollar short squeeze play. People are welcome to disagree with me. And not only that, I feel like when this thing pop off, when it squeeze, AMC has the potential to go from 4 to 6 figures a share. That's just my opinion. I'm not doing this video to try to solicit somebody to buy, sell, or hold AMC, because I'm not a financial
Yeah, $1 trillion
advisor. You know, I'm
squeeze
just an entertainer on YouTube. You have to do your own DD.
of retail
But
money.
that's just my personal opinion, because I know that they sold billions of synthetic shares. And I know legally, man, they got to cover them shares. They got to close out their position. And see, everybody know they screwed. Everybody know the 1%ers in our short squeeze play. They know they screwed. Even the SEC know that they screwed. But in my opinion, here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to force people out of the short squeeze play. They want people to get frustrated, and they want people to panic sell. And like I said, everybody can see it. The SEC, FINRA, the DTCC, everybody see what they doing. Everybody see the criminal activity that the 1%ers are doing to AMC. It's in plain view. Everybody can see it. But see, in my opinion, what they doing, it's a strategy. It's psychological warfare. You see what I'm saying? They want the people, they trying to wear the retail investors in AMC, they trying to wear them down. They trying to kill our spirit toward the short squeeze play. They want people, man, to just look at everything and say, you know what, man, they ain't gonna never do
Right.
these people, you know, doing this illegal naked short and all the criminal activity,
Wow.
as far as our short squeeze play. They want people to get
They want
out there
this, they want that.
and they get
They,
away
they,
with
they, 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 they. Okay. Frankie Mohammed just talking like he does. And then we got a series of, it's been a while since we've looked at the Ape Father. Yeah, I think it has.
I was just talking to my wife, and we had this very long conversation. I wanted to share this video with all of you. A lot of people over the years has criticized me,
Huh.
that
No shit.
even my beautiful wife's mom, she'd be like, "Why do you go out to eat so much? Why do you spend so much money on food? Why? I don't understand it. Cook at home, blah blah blah." Which my wife, by the way, she does. She does cook at home. She's an excellent cook. But it was just so many people. My father criticized me. My mother criticized me. Friends have criticized me. Family have criticized me. But I've just come to the realization that that's what brings me happiness and that's what brings me joy. And I just want to continue the rest of my life like that. And I really honestly don't care what anybody says. Because how many times have we all put money in the stock market? Now, here's an example, right? And we, occasionally you win, right? But how many times have we lost? I think about all the money I'm down with AMC. I'm thinking about how much fun I could have had with my family, how I could have had dinners and vacations and entertainment and fun.
I was going to say, how many
You know what I
dinners would
mean?
that
Now,
have
I
been?
happened to win
Put it in your
$500 in
terms.
Atlantic City yesterday. Big whoop. You know how many times I've lost $10,000 in Atlantic City, $15,000 in Atlantic City, $20,000 in Atlantic City? I'll show you if you don't believe me. I have boxes filled with all of my win-loss statements. Oh, forget about it. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. I got one of them. That's
No, we would not.
$40,000
We
loss on it.
believe you.
So it's
We
just,
actually do
I
believe you.
just something that kind of like snapped with me last night. Now, granted, I won $500, but I know it's all a scam. Look, I just feel like this whole world that we live in, I feel like everything is out to take your money. Like I just feel like it's one big
Welcome to
scam.
capitalism.
And it doesn't even matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's casinos. It doesn't matter if it's Wall Street. Even real estate to some degree.
What?
Like you
How
want
are
to know
these
what it
things
is,
all the
though?
same?
If you're buying a house, see, this is what I think it is, and this is where I think Warren Buffett is very, very smart. He's a genius. Okay, if you're buying anything, that's something of quality. You know what I mean? It's a good location, it's a good home, or if it's a good stock, it's a good company with strong fundamentals and a bright future, and you're willing to buy it and hold it for like 20, 30 years.
Oh, here we
Seriously.
go.
You know what I mean? You're probably going to do good with it. But it's like all of these people that are just going in and out. And I'm not going to say, look, you do whatever you want. Look, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not here to preach to
Then
you. I'm
shut
just
up
telling
about
you
this
the way
shit.
I
If you're
want to
not a
live my
financial
life.
planner,
Me.
why are you talking
Moi.
about it?
Okay? This has nothing to do with you. It's just I've gotten to a point in my life where I just want to do the things that I feel are fun and that I get the most enjoyment out
Okay.
of
I mean,
and
doesn't
that I get the most happiness. And you know what? Sometimes doing the things you love can turn into a business. You know what I mean? Like with this YouTube
sometimes, yeah.
channel I have, for instance. If I could share that with the world, you know what I mean? My love of food and maybe make
Oh
them
yeah, Model
enjoy
3
the
dude,
way I
don't you
eat.
know? I mean, he
Like
says
other people, maybe I buy
buy and
things
hold,
for people.
the
Who knows?
companies,
I give them
and that's what they're doing,
challenges.
buying and holding. So they're
But the thing is
literally
to kind of
following Warren
share
Buffett's
with
advice.
them, to
That's
share
the
with the
thing.
whole
It's a
world
new
one
thing
day.
now.
Obviously, I'm going to start with with the United States of America, the greatest country in the world. I can't just immediately start with the world. I'm not that big, right? But slowly but surely, I think that's what I want to
Jesus.
do. I want to live the rest of my life just doing the things that I love the most. And you want to know what they are?
Sounds
Being
like he
with
just
my
got a
family,
cancer diagnosis or some shit. Like,
eating,
I want to spend the rest of my life
entertainment.
enjoying myself.
Entertainment, by the
You
way,
never
just
know when
food,
the
not
last
just
day
food. All
comes.
types of could include
What
vacations,
the hell?
traveling, having fun. So, ready? Let's do it again. Family.
Fucking Tuesdays with Maury over here. Okay, great. You enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Then we got Scavenger. Oh, my old buddy Scavenger.
Guys, what is going on? Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's kind of tidying up their weekend, excited for the week. I
Very
wanted
true.
to kind of focus
Both
this
comments.
video on the proposed rules that the SEC are working on currently.
Great.
And one
Great.
of the biggest reasons
Focus on something else.
the monopolized market makers, we call them I call them personally monopoly, because at the end of the day, you know, when you only have two that dominate the New York Stock Exchange, which are Citadel Securities and
That's
Virtue
not
Financial,
true. Not true.
obviously things are gonna, you know, there's gonna be a massive conflict of interest, a massive scheme going on, if you will. We've already seen it with Citadel's balance sheet that they can affect the supply and demand of any given stock, not just AMC, simply by selling you assets that they haven't gone out and actually purchased yet. No different than we've seen with FTX.
What? Okay.
And
So now Citadel is doing the same thing that FTX did. Are you guys hearing this? Let me take it back.
Not just AMC's
Listen to this.
Just a massive scheme going on, if you will. We've already seen it with Citadel's balance sheet that they can affect the supply and demand of any given stock, not just AMC, simply by selling you assets that they haven't gone out and actually purchased yet. No different than we've seen with FTX and you know, other exchanges that are going to kind of come to light. But we're going to.
Well, first of all, Citadel's not an exchange. That's literally one of your big gripes, is that it's off exchange. Now you're comparing it to FTX, which was a crypto exchange, so I don't know what that means. No different than FTX. Wow, okay.
Separate exchanges and market makers for this video. It's strategically and specifically talk about market makers.
Okay, good.
Obviously, Virtue and Citadel are
obviously, right? Obviously.
Market makers.
If it's obvious, it's obviously wrong.
Obviously, Virtue and Citadel are heavy advocates of payment for order flow. And it's easy for them to tell you, you know, oh, the markets function properly, right? Because the biggest thing is they tell you, you can get your stocks for free. You don't have to pay commission for your trades. And the biggest problem is that you're not getting, by not paying a commission, you're not getting the best possible price, right? So, you know, they're making billions of dollars, right? By
what is he talking about? Commissions? There are no commissions. That's the whole point. I got to go back. I was distracted here.
It's easy for them to tell you, you know, oh, the markets function properly, right? Because the biggest thing is they tell you, you can get your stocks for free. You don't have to pay commission for your trades. And the biggest problem is that you're not getting, by not paying a commission, you're not getting the best possible price, right? So
I mean, listen to this. He has no fucking clue. No fucking clue. Have you actually checked into that? By not paying a commission, you're not getting the best possible price. Dude has no clue. None. I don't even think he understands the bid-ask spread, to be honest with you.
You know, they're making billions of dollars, right, by technically not giving you the best price, right? They're making their money on the spreads between the bid and the ask.
Nobody's gonna. Oh my God.
There's a reason
wow.
They are worth billions of dollars, right? Both the companies. And then you have Citadel that also owns a hedge fund, so obviously he's got a little more money and does some notorious stuff.
So uneducated. Being, holy shit.
You know, a market manipulator, but, and I'm sure Virtue is too, but Virtue's not quite as big as Citadel.
He has no clue what the spread is. No.
Kind of monopolized the whole market making.
I think these guys should be really, really thinking about how much misinformation they have put out. I'm just going to say this. Maybe we'll look into this a little bit later here, but after the Atlas trading lawsuits and litigation, I am not convinced that they're not going to go after these clowns. I'm not convinced that they will not get investigated, or that they're not being investigated now. Because if I were the person who made those decisions and had to find the targets, just about anybody talking about AMC, GameStop, Bed Bath & Beyond, all those shitty over-the-counter stocks. So much misinformation day after day after day after day. Crazy.
Aspect of everything that goes on when it comes to buying and selling stock. And they get to kind of decide the price you get it at. They get to walk away with the spread, and they make tons and tons of money doing this, guys. And inevitably, they get to affect the supply and demand. And I've said it for a long time.
What?
I don't personally think we need market makers. I think there's a way to, you know, either come out with an AI or whatever it may be that executes all trades, but there's
Well, I mean, somebody's got to provide the liquidity. Somebody has to actually have the shares to sell to you. Who's supposed to have it then? Who are you supposed to buy it from? An AI? I mean, that's basically what Citadel does. All automated. Anyway,
the reason they do
God,
it, and they do it because it's profitable for them. And
the reason they do it is profitable for them. No, the reason they do it is because somebody has to be the provider of liquidity. Somebody has to have the shares in order to sell them. Or say, hey, we don't have them right this second. We'll sell them to you at the current price, and we'll get them. We'll get them right afterwards, and we'll sell them to you. I mean, that's literally the point. So where's the liquidity? Where are the shares going to come from? Who's going to pay for them? Who's going to provide them? If you don't have a market maker. Hi,
when
Lynn.
you see companies like Virtue coming out nervous over the fact that the SEC could propose rules that affects them being able to steal the spread, right, is what I'm going to call it, because it is robbery. They're going to convince you you're getting the best price, but
it's robbery. I mean, does this guy not realize when you go to a store and buy any product that you're not paying the price that the store paid for it? In other words, the store has a cost. The store has a cost. The store has price they'll sell it at. Those prices are not the same. Their cost is lower because they're there to make money and provide a service or product. So what is he talking about? It should be a charity. It should be nonprofit. I mean, what the hell? How can you have this lack of understanding of basic business principles? It's absolutely insane.
And
well, that's a good point too, Manuel.
That's a problem, right? They're
you know,
buying the shares from your brokerage firm, and you don't even have the right to decide how your shares are purchased. And most of the time,
well, you know, that's dependent on the brokerage you use. If you think it matters, which newsflash, it doesn't, then use a brokerage that allows you to do that. You know, I mean, I'm so sick of these guys bitching about stuff that is within their control. It's because of choices they've made. Jesus Christ, it's so ignorant.
The shares aren't ever even purchased. They just tell you have
yes,
them.
They are.
Actually go out and buy them, and this is a big thing. We know Citadel.
It's a big thing. Okay.
Big scheme has a big footprint in this whole AMC.
How do we know that? How do you actually know that? How do you actually know that? Where's paper trail, bro? I mean, we know. No, you don't. You don't know shit.
On, right? We know that halts in AMC or any other stock that rises up gets
halts,
so market makers can do what they have to do on the other side. Same with institutions. It's a big problem. It's a massive.
What do they have to do on the other side?
Especially when you look at Citadel Securities, who not only as a market maker but also as a hedge fund. So they can do exactly what
I want to see this guy in jail right next to Zach Morris.
That benefits their hedge fund. When their hedge fund's in trouble, they can take money from their market making business and bail out their hedge funds, and this is a massive issue. Citadel Securities couldn't even go out and purchase the derivatives on their balance sheet if they wanted to right now, and this is a huge issue. This is a problem. I'm not a big fan of the SEC, but do I think the proposed rules that they're trying to force out now on these market makers is a good thing? Yes, I do. But
wait, he thinks they're a good thing?
The regulators have their noses in some corruption, and it's not a shocker to me.
Wait till they come after you, buddy.
Don't want payment for
then we won't be shocked.
This is how they steal from the investors,
God
and
damn.
specifically retail investors. And this is a big issue. We're not seeing true supply and demand. We're not seeing, true price movement in these stocks because of these market makers. Think about it. How do they make all this money, guys, executing trades? It's an issue. It's a huge,
What?
huge issue. Especially when you look at AMC.
Quit saying it's an issue and tell me why it's an issue. Somebody making money is an issue. You not making money is an issue. Sure.
The biggest market maker that handles most of the trades on the New York Stock Exchange have their own dark pool, have their own hedge fund. Like, these guys have their nose up a tree full of trouble. And anything we can do to make market making a less profitable business is going to be good for long-term, stocks, right? For long
Hey, what's up? This Frankie. Let me say I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say in this video is for
All right. All right. There we go. Okay. I don't even know where we were, to be honest. This one here, I guess. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get this to work now.
Hey, what's up? This Frankie. Let me say, I'm
There we
not a
go. All
financial
right.
advisor. Anything that I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Whatever I say in this video is my opinion. It may not necessarily be factual. Don't let what I say in this video be the determining factor as to whether you should buy, sell, or hold a stock. I'm just an entertainer on YouTube. Check this out, man. I want to send a shout out to the Marine
Sorry about that,
and the
guys.
rest of the apes out there. You know, look, I support the Marine, the AMC retail investors, and the apes that have made a decision to go out, I think on January the 27th, the 28th, and 2023. They made the decision to go out and engage in a peaceful protest at the SEC office in Washington, D.C. And I appreciate them, man, you know, making those sacrifices and taking those efforts to go out and go stand up for the 99% because they
Oh,
sacrificing their
Jesus.
time, being
Okay.
away from their family, gas, you
Sacrificing their
know,
time.
hotel fee. You know, I appreciate, man, that everything that they doing is for us trying to stand up for the corruption that's going on Wall Street. And let me say this, because I be on Twitter a lot. And this is my opinion about the people, a lot of the people on Twitter, as well as social media, that take issue with the retail investors and the apes engaging in a peaceful protest. I
Totally.
think a lot of
Totally
them, a
crime.
lot of people on Twitter, I think a lot of them, I think they bots. I think they shields. I think they work for hedge funds. And I think they
Yeah,
getting
you should
money,
go,
they
Shadow
getting
Stars.
paid to do what they doing
You
as
should
far
show
as
up.
speaking out against a peaceful protest. And I don't think none of them, man, I don't think they got money tied up in this AMC short squeeze play. And I definitely know, man, that they have not been tied up in this play for almost 2 years. And they and
Ah,
experiencing
okay.
the thefts and the injustice that we've experienced in this short squeeze play. I think a lot of them is just running their damn mouth, and I think they're getting paid to run their mouth. You see what I'm saying? But look, we've been in this short squeeze play for almost 2
Look.
years. At some point, you can't help but come to the conclusion that as far as the criminal activity that's going on in the stock market with the 1%er is bigger than them. You can't help but come to the conclusion, man, that
Oh,
the SEC is just as much of a problem,
you
just
got
based on the mere fact, man,
got
that
a
they
raw
not
deal, Model
doing
3 dude.
anything about what's going on. We've been screaming and asking and pleading and begging for the SEC to do something about the criminal activity in the stock market and what the 1%ers, these criminal hedge funds and these short sellers have been doing to us. We've been begging them to do something, man, for almost 2 years. And man, we can't get no response. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, things are getting worse. Retail investors, they're losing more money. Pension funds losing more money.
So why?
Companies are going out of business. Companies losing money, and we can't get no help with it. You see what I'm saying? And it's getting frustrating, you know, to a lot of people. So, and my thing is,
Maybe
look,
you're just fucking
to
wrong
those
then.
that just really
You
want to
know?
focus on buying and holding, this is what I'm saying.
Maybe you just made a mistake. Maybe it's not, uh fuck. What? Son of a bitch. God damn it. Okay.
I feel like buying and holding, just buying and holding over the past 2 years and doing nothing else, it has only shown just exactly how much more criminal activity that the 1%ers and these criminal hedge funds can get involved in. That's all it's done. Just buying and holding, not doing anything else. All they've done
Okay.
is got more corrupt and steal more money. And any type of play, any play that
Yeah,
we
look at
get
the
in,
market,
we try to retail
right?
investors, we try to get in, we try to swing trade, you know, we try to day trade. If it's a play that has the potential to bring us life-changing money, then if you notice, they kill the whole play. In my opinion, the market makers, the 1%ers, man, they kill
Yeah,
the whole
because
play.
those stocks are not supposed to go up pay 10,000% because it's not. What the fuck? What in the actual fuck is he talking about here? They try to kill the plays? Yeah, because the market's efficient. It knows that that's bullshit. It's not going to stay there so you can get rich. My God,
The
fucking
whole play.
snowflake.
They destroy with their algos, they hawks, and they naked shorty. Any play we get into. And it's unfair. You see what I'm saying? At the stock market,
It's not
they
fair.
crush it. So, the
Oh,
hedge funds, they crush the play. So my thing is, man, if you on social media, or you on YouTube or whatever, if you got an issue with people exercising their constitutional right as far as protesting about the criminal
it's
activity
not so
that's
much a
taking
problem with
place,
exercising your
on Wall
constitutional
Street in the
right.
stock market. If you got an issue with that, that's cool.
It's an
But I
issue
would
with
just
your
say, man,
ignorance.
just keep your damn mouth closed. You ain't got to say nothing to discourage it. You ain't got to say shit. Just be quiet and sit on the sideline, and you ain't got to discourage it. Because
No, because, if you have a constitutional right to protest, which is retarded anyway, it's stupid, it will do nothing. Then guess what, Mr. Mohammed? I have a constitutional right to talk about you and the protest, and I could say whatever I want about it. I can disparage it, I can praise you, I can criticize you, I can call you a moron. You're just going to have to deal with it. Double standards and hypocrisy.
see, that's one of the problems. That's why retail investors having such a issue right now. We've had all this money, stolen from us, and nobody want to do anything about it because in the past, man, we've had such an apathetic attitude about the criminal activity that's taking place in the stock market, and we've been so passive about it, and we've been patient. So, man, I wouldn't take nothing off the table as far as fighting the criminal activity in the stock market and Wall Street at this time.
Okay, all right, that's enough. Now. Shadow stars, can you hear me, sir?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. How are you doing this evening?
Good, man.
Oh,
Just got
welcome.
home, just was running some errands just in time to catch the live stream.
Oh, sweet. Well, I wanted to invite you on here to address something that I know we're going to hear a lot about this week. Um, and I have an article on the screen here that's from about an hour ago, and it says Avatar 2 breaks box office record held by Spider-Man: No Way Home. And I know that you've, obviously been keeping track of box office numbers and how that affects AMC's fundamentals. So I just wanted to ask you, and maybe you can explain to us here, does this change anything? And how much did it break the record? And can you take us through those numbers possibly?
Sure.
And I have the stuff that you put into chat. I can bring it up on the screen.
Or I can just
Um,
do a quick screen share.
okay, that works too.
Let's see.
Works too.
Gotta figure out.
So let me get that set up here.
Let's share that one.
Okay, let me pull that in. Uh, Telegram. Let's see here.
I'm just trying to figure out how in the world did Avatar 2 break box office record? What record are they talking about? Opening day was lower.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Opening weekend was lower. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, right.
Are they talking about global? Global might be
Maybe,
different, maybe?
maybe it's global. Maybe. Okay, let me. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we have it on there. And I can zoom in a little bit more. It's like,
What's the link of that? Or I can probably
oh yeah,
email
I can
you.
give you the link of it. It's put it in
This
the
is yeah,
YouTube live chat.
YouTube live chat.
Oops, why did that go there? Oh, that's yours.
Oh,
Right. Uh, Yeah, there we go.
Also, okay, so they're talking about 53 million domestically, and Avatar took 76 overseas. Oh, so they're talking about overseas figures, I'm guessing. Hold on.
Let's see. Broken one record. Domestically, 76 million overseas, taking No Way Home 67 and Doctor Strange 53 to become the biggest of the post-pandemic era. The impressive opening resulted in a total of 127 international gross and 180 million global result. It's now eyeing a 290 to 300 million 5-day opening for a total global result of 415 to 435. Despite these record-breaking overseas results, the domestic number of 53, including 17 million in previews, is somewhat underwhelming, it says. And this placed it at
Yeah.
44th biggest domestic opening of all time, and only the sixth biggest Friday of the pandemic era, just surpassing the 52 million of Top Gun Maverick. So, so I guess it is, yeah, it's global numbers that
Yeah.
they're using there.
Yeah, so the overseas, to put that into context, isn't really going to be helping AMC in its fundamentals. AMC's a large portion of its revenue will come
Hmm.
from domestically.
Right.
Let's see. So
Let me
many
get back to
screens.
yours.
Actually, it should be the same screen here, right?
Okay, I'm back on yours here. We're looking at it. Okay.
Okay, so let's pull up the AMC. This is AMC's 10Q, most recent 10Q.
Okay.
Overseas. Oh, or see, how do they type it? International. Let's see, 30%, 30.3% as of January 2021. So hold on, operations. Let's do overall international markets. Come on. Operating segments here. Okay, so what revenues of Q3? Total revenue 968, of which 215 was from international markets.
Okay. Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, I zoomed in really far in, but there we go.
International. Okay. U.S.
Oh,
markets.
from that.
So the U.S. market is typically higher than.
Yeah, I mean, not only do they get a larger portion of the revenue splits, um, for the U.S. market versus the international market. It's
Mm-hmm.
just they have a lot more theaters in the U.S.
Sure.
But
Right.
it doesn't help you if Avatar does really well overseas. Sure, that's great for the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not
Right.
really helping AMC as a company. Where if they don't have the theaters there where people are going to, they're not raking in any of the money.
Right. Yeah, and Lynn is reminding us that there are actually other places to watch movies other than AMC, which kind of same thing you're saying, but especially internationally, there's plenty of other places to watch these movies. Um, this one here, let's see, so like little over a third, under around a third of the revenue was from international on this three months ended on September 30th, roughly like 200 million out of
Under
750 million.
No, you want to
Um,
look at total revenue. Total revenue is 968. So
oh,
215
okay.
out of
Yeah,
968.
215 out of nine.
So
Yeah, so
you're
about a quarter then. All right, something like that, roughly.
yeah, bit
Um,
under 25%.
yeah, so we could kind of extrapolate that over to the current figures in a way and possibly and see I mean, not that we even need to do the math, but the point is that it's going to be less. AMC's not going to get all that. We don't know what percentage of what of the global screens are AMC. Um, but I would, I mean, are they actually? I guess we could find that out.
I
But
mean, AMC's theater, their theaters, their Odeon chain, it's mostly focused on parts of Europe. Um, Avatar was banking as a movie. They were banking heavily on it being allowed in China and China having a lot of theaters. But the thing is that AMC doesn't operate any theaters in China, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't believe so, right? Um,
So I mean, so the thing is this. The thing I
yeah,
wanted to quickly highlight.
sure.
Let's look at the box office figures here. We're looking
Okay.
at quarter two of 2022. Once again, $2.3 billion domestic gross.
Mm-hmm. And this is
We look at
all the
quarter
whole
four.
box office again, not just AMC, just to clarify, right?
Yeah.
This is the entire
Yep.
box office. Okay.
Now we go to currently quarter four as of all the data that we have so far. It's
Mm-hmm.
1.3 billion.
Right.
So we're far below expectation. Basically, what we're a billion below
Yeah.
2.3 versus 1.3. We're
Yeah.
1 billion in box office gross below what Q2 was. And we have less than 2 weeks now of movie showings.
Right. Right.
In 2 weeks, there's no way you're going to catch up to your Q2 figures.
Mm-hmm.
I've run calculations where let me pull up my Excel sheet here.
Yeah.
Swap to this. So I shared this in the Telegram chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But right here, I have the breakdowns past several years, month by month, quarter by quarter. And I used a calculation of, hey, opening night Avatar, Friday, they did 57, the whole box office did 57 million.
Mm-hmm.
We extrapolate that to the remaining 13 days, the rest of the calendar year. That's only going to net you 749 million.
Hmm.
You're still $200 million short of reaching Q2 figures, even with that. The thing
Right.
is that this calculation is movie theaters are slow Monday through Thursday for the most part. Sure, it
Mm-hmm.
peaks up a little bit on like Wednesday, Thursday, but Monday and Tuesday are really, really slow. And this is not something I've made up. I can go back and show you guys the data.
Right. The daily
Let's
numbers.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the daily figures. We can look at Monday, December 12th, the whole box office under 3 million. Tuesday,
For all the
3.9.
movies. For all the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, I mean, they are single
So,
digit millions.
yeah, Thursday to Friday was a difference of like, yeah, 56 million. So,
But my calculation was saying, hey, let's give every single day this value of 57 million. And even then, quarter four would be about 10% lower
mm-hmm.
than Q2. So you have
Right.
10% less of the whole box office being down. Then how's that going to affect AMC? AMC will be affected by this because they're not bringing in as much revenue.
Right.
Not as many people are going to are watching these movies.
Right. Yeah. And Model 3
And
dudes reminding
one,
us that AMC gets pennies on the dollar for the first few weeks of Avatar's run, with their share of the ticket booth growing the longer the said movie runs. So that's something to keep in mind too, that we don't,
yeah, a
the
lot of the
percentage
production
itself.
studios.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think like the first, like the up to like the first week, I forgot. There's a couple of articles I read a while back, and obviously these deals, I'm sure they're constantly negotiated and stuff. But
Hmm.
anywhere from like 50 to 75% of like the first week's ticket sales, like when the movie first comes out, like it'll go back to the studios.
Yeah.
So the theater itself is raking in, as mentioned, pennies. And
Yep.
as the film goes out longer and longer, that percentage increases. So they'll get maybe 50% of the ticket sales, up to like 75%. But that's further down the line. That's
Right.
a timeline where it's not Q4 2022. That's Q1 2023.
Right. Right. So
One.
net here, it doesn't seem to it's see, I feel like it's going to be hyped this week. So that's why I wanted to, preemptively talk about it because, we're already seeing the articles. What did I search for here? Avatar 2 box office record. Um, and this is what comes up. Let me see here. This is what comes up. Avatar global box office opens with 180 million, makes 17 million in previews, dominates, already impressive. You just see all these different articles talking about international box office, blah blah blah. Records, blah blah blah. This is the latest one I could find from 1 hour ago, the one that I sent for. So it's a bit confusing, I guess, right? It's like it's kind of a little bit uh, misleading to cite the global figures, maybe, and claim that it has relevance.
That too. And then if you look at a lot of those articles a couple days back, like we'll first start off about a week or two back. Their initial projections, they started Avatar hyping it up, saying that, oh hey, you know what? 125 million to 150 million. That's what
Hmm.
they said 2 weeks ago. Then about a week to about less than half a week leading up to Avatar, they're like, oh, you know what? We're gonna have to revise those projections. It's gonna be anywhere from 150 to 175.
Right.
Then day before release, so the pre-releases when they got that 17 million in pre-screenings, they upped that a lot. Some places anywhere from 175 to 200 million.
Wow.
But then now look at some of the articles that are coming out, and they're saying, oh, you
Hmm.
know what? We got to scale back that projection because currently they're only saying it did about 134 million domestically.
Right. For the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, for the
134
weekend.
right there. Behind expectations, but still sizable.
And the reason I have that table, I don't know. Oh, you don't have it up right now.
I'll put it back right now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
The
Yep.
reason I put that table up is to put into context of, hey, how is Avatar doing versus a lot of the most recent releases? And honestly, it's not doing that well.
Right. Yeah. So we're looking at here some all the movies from 2022 plus the original Avatar from 2009
Oops, sorry.
and
2021 for Spider-Man.
2021. Okay, so that was last year's like Christmas tentpole movie. The movie that came out at this time last year was Spider-Man: No Way Home. So it has opening weekend 260 million. Right now we're looking at 134 for Avatar. Um, right there. And by the way, did you use is that conditional formatting on
Yeah.
there on those? I love that. Yeah, I love those to kind of color code it. So green is the highest and red is the lowest, and it figures it out automatically. Um, right. So Top Gun Maverick's only 126. So Avatar: The Way of Water has beaten Top Gun Maverick for the weekend. The only other one that it beat really was Minions at this point. Which I would expect probably to be the case. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would agree that it seems like it should have been a lot more or something. I mean, it's
I mean, no doubt. I mean, it did a lot better than the first movie. The first movie came out pretty flat at 26 million.
hmm
And the reason why people hyped up Avatar so much was the second round is because hey, the first one it kept on staying weekend over weekend. It didn't decrease as much versus
right.
other movies where after the first weekend it might decrease anywhere from
Yep.
ranging as far as or low as 30% up to like 80% drop off.
Wow.
And Avatar, I
Wow.
think, only dropped off for the first one, was it like 10-15%, I think.
Mhm.
And it
Yeah, something
continued to
like that.
it maintained that for a while,
Mm.
several weekends. But
Yeah,
there's no guarantee that it'll happen for this movie. And even if it does, it still won't save the box office.
right. Yeah, I mean, it sure seems muted, I guess, maybe, or subdued or something, like, it's not I mean, I guess, they could squeeze they could cobble together that global box office record number, so that's good, but, the fact that they had to do that, kinda says it all to me too.
I
Let's see,
mean,
it
there's
says
just no way to really spin it where Avatar was supposed to save AMC, but
right.
it's not saving anything. Even at this rate, just the movie itself might, if it doesn't do really well, it might not even pay for itself.
Yeah, because Model 3 dude reminded us that it costs between 350 to 400 million to make. And James Cameron's quote is saying that Avatar 2 needed to make 2 billion really to be a hit. So we got a ways to go. Here's an article on Yahoo Entertainment from today, a couple hours ago. It says that Avatar 2 is the latest box office or latest Hollywood blockbuster to underperform in China. Um, while this overall projected 435 million for the weekend globally was qualifying as a good start, the film stumbled hard in China, despite pre-release tracking suggesting an over/under 120 million opening in the world's second biggest movie-going marketplace. It earned just 57.1 million. It's the latest example of a big Hollywood movie underwhelming China. So it only did 57 million in China opening weekend. Opening day was 24 million. So interesting. I mean, I don't know how much COVID zero has to do with that. I know a lot of that's been rolled back, but you still might have people that aren't doing it. You have probably numbers going up there as a result of this. I know they're having problems, so you know, just throwing that out there. But I'm not sure what Reddit is saying about this. I'm sure they're saying exactly what we think they're saying about it. But yeah, so basically, yeah, here's one box office numbers. Remember, Sunday's not over yet. Okay, great. But I mean, what is that? This is not the typical film that sees box office revenue drop off dramatically after week one. It'll be like Titanic. We'll see about that, I guess. I don't know. I some who said Manuel said in finance chat. He said that he saw it and I don't want to misquote him, so I'll just find it. But um, I saw Avatar today. The movie was awesome, but it wasn't magical like the first one. And my first thought was, wow, okay, th- what does it mean when the first thing that comes to your mind is, wow, that's like the VIX. It's like the VIX. Like we're back, we're back at low levels in stocks that we haven't seen for a few months. We're back to the same, region, but the VIX is not as high. Well, because we've seen this movie before, it's not as scary. It's not as magical the second time as it was the first time. So it's like the VIX. I didn't say that because it's you have to really speak finance geek, I guess. But anyway, um, here's another one. Global sales showing 480 million, whatever. Oh, actually, they're bitching about the fact that it said 484 and now it says 434. So they're bitching about the 46 million just going poof. I mean, I swear to God, these people.
I mean, They're a lot of these figures that are going up are still estimates, so
They're
as
right. They're
data
not
comes in.
final figures at all. Right. Exactly. Now they're predicting big numbers coming in Monday because their local AMC was packed out. Okay. Um, and
Even if it's packed out on a Monday, and like I said, that
right,
calculation, even if you run that same Friday figure for the remaining 13 days, it's still not going to save your company.
right. Yep. Um, also, this is a different topic, but they think with the FTX bullshit that they're owed a share count. It proves fraud on AMC, gives all power to be able to do an accurate share count. I believe you're owed one, especially from all the fuckery and massive fraud put forth. They're still on the FTX thing, still on the tokenized share thing, which we've gone over here. Get ready for new FUD. Avatar doesn't meet opening expectations. Movie theaters are dead. Cynical ass apes. Um, and it isn't this horrifying? Ken Bank Mayo Freed. I mean, they got time to put stuff like this together, but they don't have time to look up the bid-ask spread. It's hilarious, you know? God. Okay. Oh, by the way, don't you know FTX wasn't the only exchange used as locate. So other exchanges existed that also sold tokenized AMC that were supposedly backed one to one. FTX was just one of many used for a short locate. How easy, Shadow Stars, how easy is it to use assets on a crypto blockchain um, as collateral or as locate shares on the stock exchange? Is that even possible? Have you ever heard of anything like that? Is there any functionality in the market to do that?
Well, I guess you could believe that occurs if you take enough drugs. That's the only way I can explain people can understand it as being so. You're either super high on some crazy weed or you're on
Right.
some crazy drugs.
Yeah. Right. Um, so yeah, I mean, all right. Do you have any other thoughts or anything else that you would like to mention about that at this point? I'll bring your oh shoot. Um
No, I stopped the screen
oh
share.
yeah, that's all
Um,
good. That's all good. Yeah.
yeah. The FTX thing has been beaten down. It is a dead horse, and I just don't understand why. I guess apes have nothing else to cling on to until the next tinfoil hat theory comes out that
Oh yeah.
they can latch onto.
Mm-hmm. Right. And
So it's
it's
just
I
merely
guess it's
like a go ahead.
oh it's just like it was easy for them to kind of like superimpose the synthetic share thing onto it. So it was kind of a natural fit, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they're grasping at straws. They see that stock price continues to go lower. They don't
Mm-hmm.
think anything about how the movie theaters aren't the box office isn't performing well. They don't equate that to the performance of the company. So they're like,
Right.
oh, you know what? More crime, more manipulation, more hedgies and market makers. And
Mm-hmm.
oh, look, this crypto thing. Oh, it blew up. Oh, okay. So obviously, since that's blowing up, that must have some link to my shit company.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I have on the screen here, and I'll change the color, but the line here that's let's see, it's going to be pink, I guess. This line is the S&P 500 with the candles being AMC daily. I mean, it pretty much follows the same contour. So if you're saying why has the price been going down? Well, I mean, you can't help but notice that the entire market obviously is down this year. Um, what like no, that's not right. Uh, whatever percent it is, whatever percent it is, I forget. Year to date, it's down 11%. No, that's not right. 19, just under 20%. The S&P 500 is down. Um, AMC, on the other hand, is down 68% from year to date, but we see all the same pump, short covering rallies, and it follows all the major trends. So, I don't see much there.
I mean, they're going to be in for a rude surprise when the indexes rebalance again next year.
Hmm.
I mean, AMC has lost a significant amount of market cap. So,
Yeah.
what is its market cap right now?
Well, TradingView says it is 2.77 billion. Is that correct? What was the price?
I
531.
forgot. I don't think they qualify still to be in the Russell 1000 now.
Let's find out. Um, Straight to the iShares webpage here, maybe. That appears to be right. I mean, 2.77 appears to be correct. Equal weight based on the, oh no, that's a different.
Yeah, I'd have to look into it to see what the
Yeah,
market cap cutoff would be, but I
they're
would think
calling it
with
large and
AMC
mid
having
cap.
lost so.
Large and mid cap.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's market. They're saying let's see. It's the weight right now of AMC in the Russell 1000 is 0.01%. They got 390,000 shares. So not really that consequential anyway. It's only a notional value of $2 million.
But I mean, once it gets kicked out of that,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
the funds that track like the big indexes,
Mm-hmm.
AMC is just going to get their holdings. The institutional holdings are probably going to be shrinking come probably what end of Q2, start of
Mm-hmm.
Q3.
Yeah, something like that, right? Um,
So if the
uh,
financials don't scare them, when we see Q4 financials hit, what's probably what February?
yeah, yeah, mid February. Mm-hmm. 45
We'll see
days.
the Q4 slash the full fiscal year. We'll see February. If that doesn't scare them, Q1's probably going to be probably worse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what come May, along with the shareholders meeting. Oh, that's going to be interesting to see what sort of, especially what these the C-level suits, what sort of compensation they're going to be asking for, and what other things they want shareholders to vote on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because if movies are still projected to not do that well, and the releases are still slow to churn out, even in 2023,
Oh,
the
here we go.
dilution
Sorry.
isn't going to be enough.
Here we go. Frank Nez comes through for us here. This is from when AMC was put in the Russell 1000. So
Okay.
It looks like he says here the cutoff is 7.3 billion on the market cap. So AMC reached 7.5 billion back in May of this year, even 7.5 billion in May. Um,
And you said it's like 2.77
oh
now?
yeah, it's 2.77 now, so they're definitely out. I mean, they're way below that. So yeah, that'll be. I mean, and it's funny here. He says one of the biggest benefits of AMC joining the Russell 1000 index is that the company gains legitimacy and demonstrates significant recovery from the pandemic. Well, I mean, okay, but I mean, shit, the market is down so much that now at this point, I think that's not really. I mean, the only reason that it did was because of the just all the like overhead supply and whatnot, people holding whatever, keeping the price up, but that's starting to slip. I mean, you're literally $5, so 5.31. So yeah, that's a good point. It'll be making that change for sure. The price is cut in half
More
since
ape,
May. Yeah, price has been cut in half
more
since May.
dilutions on the way.
Right.
They have to dilute. I mean, that's
I can't believe they
just
haven't
from a
already.
cash burn
More.
rate.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're doing bits and pieces, but yeah, it's a point that you mentioned way long ago, where when ape was initially at like 10, 9, $8, why don't they dilute the shit out of it? And my only thought was, or the reasonable explanation I could come up with is that they're trying to play that long con of, well, if Adam Aaron and AMC immediately diluted a crap ton, it would scare these apes. So they're trying to keep on stringing them along as far as they can. Basically, a lot of these C-level suits, they're like, oh, just let's string on the company just so I can get these extra shares to be vested, fully vested, so that I can get all this bonus payouts before I have to retire.
Sure
Because honestly,
seems
I
like
don't
it.
think they really care about the profitability of the company as much. Because honestly, if they really wanted to turn the company around, I think that they would have literally just slashed the company in half.
Right.
There's AMC as a company just has way too many theaters that are not profitable enough because they have what 500 plus theaters in the U.S.
Yeah.
I bet
Yep.
you the bottom half of those they're losing money, and the top 100 probably are carrying the weight. They're dragging along all those bottom performers.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
sure, they've been able to close down anywhere from
hmm
like 10 to 20 per quarter, but that's not enough progress. But also, I'm sure there's like contracts and leases and
Yep.
other stuff. But
Yep.
nonetheless, the failure for AMC to do some sort of bankruptcy restructuring organization is probably why it's like a deer that's been like shot. It's just bleeding, slowly bleeding to its death.
Right. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I'm not sure the percentage of that. What percentage of the store? I would say it's. If I had to guess, I'd say it's 80/20, just because 80/20. But the top 20% of locations account for 80% of the sales, or somewhere, some variation of that. But clearly, you've got, some underperformers, and then it just depends on the market that it's in, what the competition is, what else is around there, the size of the market, and all that kind of stuff. So, but not, yeah. I mean, makes sense to me to cut the fat, cut the dead weight, and optimize, streamline the operation, and focus on the profitable, or at least the more well performing locations. I shouldn't say profitable, but um, yeah. Anything else? What about the market in
No.
general? What do you see, or do you not see any, or what in terms of the overall market coming up this week? You think we see an oversold bounce?
Perhaps a little bit of a bounce. We've run. What are the futures have opened up, right? What's
Yeah,
the
I
futures
had to
looking like?
restart my computer earlier, and I'm just now loading Thinkorswim, so it'll be up in a moment here. But yeah, let's see.
Let's
Well, it will be up here shortly,
Futures
hopefully.
are barely green. I mean, just
There we
barely.
go. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the futures openings have been pretty honestly uneventful lately. Even with the volatility that we've had, it seems like they're not really getting a lot of big moves on the open. The biggest thing that I'd say today is natural gas opened lower by about 40 cents. Um, Everything else is pretty much bonds are a little, that's the 10-year notes are a little lower, which would bring the 10-year yield a little higher. But stocks are also up. So, I think
I
it's
mean,
probably just
I
just
don't really
because of
see
the
the
timing of the market that's open, the futures market being open now. Um, but the spot market's not being open kind of thing. And so that we'll probably see that snapback to be in correlation, I guess. I don't know. But it's always weird when you see that kind of stuff. And the dollar's down.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I don't. I think a lot of people, a lot of retail folks were hoping for a Santa Claus rally,
Oh
and
yeah. You see that happening?
no, I
I don't
really
see
don't.
how it can. I don't honestly don't see how it can happen, but I mean, that's dangerous talk when it comes to the market because the market, what is that saying? The market can remain it can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So I hesitate to say I don't see how it could happen because I've been surprised by that kind of shit before. However, I guess it seems like the market is finally maybe taking Powell seriously, or at least I don't know.
The thing for me is, there's earnings coming up this week that I plan on paying close attention to. For example, FedEx has earnings on
Oh
this coming
yeah.
Tuesday, after market closes, and I'm curious to see what sort of guidance, if they choose to give it, what FedEx is thinking. If I recall correctly, was it 2 quarters ago or is it a quarter ago?
Yep.
Either FedEx or UPS. I mean, they're the one who issued a really bleak guidance saying that, hey, you know what, sales are going to be shipment volumes are going to be way down, so they're cutting their
Mhm.
forecast. And I see that as a early indicator of a lot of retail sales, a lot of people.
Yeah.
What sort of packages, what things are being shipped through the network.
Mhm.
So if they continue to see a decline in shipping volume, I mean, I would equate that to also people are sending less packages. So they're buying less stuff, whether that's on your Amazon or eBay or whatever online retailer you use.
Mhm.
They're just not spending as much. I see that as an important factor.
Yeah.
And
No, I think
another
it
one
was
also
FedEx,
to
by the
say,
way. It was FedEx, by the way, that came out with that guidance.
yeah.
Mhm.
Second one is also General Mills, kind of. General Mills
Mhm.
isn't as a big, oh my god, like an eye popper, but for me is grains wise, consumer consumption of basic things,
Mhm.
like basic cereals and stuff. How are they doing as a company? Are they seeing any big changes in consumer spending habits.
Mm-hmm.
How is their product mix faring right now, and how do they see it in the future?
Right.
So those two companies I'm kind of keeping my eye on to see, hey, uh, when is this? Because I foresee that we'll have another dip, another
Mm-hmm.
big kind of 5 to 10%, at least 5 to 10% dip on SPY slash SPX.
Mm-hmm.
But the timing is going to be interesting. Of is it going to be Q1 next year, Q2, or Q3?
Right.
It's this next round of earnings is has me very interested. Of when are these companies finally going to be signaling, oh crap, things are still not looking very good.
Right. Yeah, that's a good question. Um, yeah, and I was just looking at here year to date on the SPY, see where it's at. Um, it is down about, yeah, just under 20%. But if you look at this in larger context, um, and we've done all the we've talked about all the macro stuff many times here before, but I mean, just looking at this going back, a couple years before the pandemic or so, 2018, put on like a volume profile, and you can see that, like, even if, okay, maybe that's back a little far. We're back into 2019 here, first quarter, second quarter, 2019. Um, this range here from what? Okay, all of 2019 through today, yesterday, Friday. The point of control on that volume profile is like 288. It's like 290, and it's currently sitting at 383 still. Um, so like I feel like there is definitely more downside coming. Just from the simple fact that this is basically fluff here. We're talking about just all that added money supply is starting to come off. Um, Interest rates are kicking in. Uh, loans and leases and things like that will be renewed with higher rates. Um, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
this
mean,
is obviously
if you
this is
look at
this
it,
is way too. I mean, at least we're in the value area now with the valuation or with the price. I mean, for the longest time, it was out. It was higher. It was higher than the value area high. Um, which
in some
it's
sense,
like,
I mean, the economy has been running so much. I mean, let's not even consider the COVID 2020 and onwards, but like
hmm
2018, 2019, interest rates were still very low during those years.
yes,
And a lot of the companies, they projected all this extra growth, and then on top of all that stimulus. So
hmm
that's why you got those ridiculous valuations in stocks, and that's why you had companies worth was it Netflix was at 400 plus, right?
right, yeah.
Carvana in the hundreds. Now they're down to like Carvana's in the single digits.
Peloton, you know,
Oh yeah,
all
Peloton.
of them, yeah, all of them. They're unprofitable companies at the heart. Um, Without free, cheap money, near zero rates. Um, and this too here from 2009 to 2020, the money supply, the M2 went from about 8.5 trillion to 15.5 trillion. From COVID to the peak of it in March of this year, so about 2 years, 2020 to 2022, went from 15 and a half to about 22 trillion. So, the amount that was added over that period after the great financial crisis to 2020 versus the amount that was added from 2020 to 2022 was massive in a much shorter amount of time. And we're barely starting to see this roll off here. I think it's, what is it, 95 billion per month or week or something. I don't know. I forget. Um, but we're not going to, we need to see. as more comes off the balance sheet, um, it just seems like the only place for this to go is down. I mean, and this is a big source of inflation too. So anyway, um, yeah, I guess we could look at federal funds rates. Federal funds rate. All right, so back a little more. Here's the great financial crisis. I mean, and what I think is sometimes lost and through all this. I mean, we interest rate federal funds rate was like over 5%, 2006, 2007, and then you had great financial crisis, and we were in this period of basically zero, and then it started to come back up, um, 2016, 17, 18, and then COVID. But I mean, even just going back over time, it just you don't really see that many places at all where the interest rates have been so low. And in fact, here's how the inflation of the late 70s was dealt with. You know, federal funds rates north of 20%. So I'm just saying that 0% rates are not good, really, for anything, except for those unprofitable companies that you know wouldn't exist if it were not for free money, basically. So anyway, you got anything else, Shadow Stars? I'm gonna move on because I'm not planning on being on the stream for too much longer. And you're more than welcome
No,
to
no, no,
obviously hang out, but I'm just gonna keep going through some
no.
of
I'm
these
good.
videos here, and feel free to jump back in if you like. Thanks for coming on and going over those numbers, though the box office numbers for Avatar, and maybe we can catch up later this week once the numbers have the official numbers have come in, and some of the propaganda comes into about
Yeah,
what it means. So
on Monday evening, I'll probably make a video. I'm coming summing up all these numbers once we get the more final figures from
yes.
for the domestic box office. But yeah, because I mean, there's a couple of videos I caught earlier on your stream that had. There's a couple of people I want to address now. The stocks and crypto guy I dealt with
Yep.
now. Now Frankie's kind of coming onto my little um my kind of target right now. Oh God,
Yeah.
I think Frankie needs to be addressed.
Those two
And
guys
the
are
first time I
are
heard,
clowns, but Scavenger. I know you're going to probably say Scavenger.
yes, first time I saw him today. This is the first time I ever heard of
Oh,
the
that was the
name.
first
First time
time,
I saw a
really?
video.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Sorry. Sorry about
and
that.
that guy needs to be a oh really needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I try to, but it's just so frustrating because it's just like you can't make this shit up. It's like I've never really experienced this before, so I don't know. But Model 3 dude's got one for us here. But yeah, I mean, yeah, but definitely, we can address those, or you can address them, and
So
hell,
guys, as always,
I'll give you I'll give
exclusive
you,
details and price action.
shit. You can run a stream on this channel if you want to. I could add you to the, you know, you could originate a stream, but I mean, the more people that are calling these clowns out, the better. So I appreciate that because it's just not many many people doing it. Okay, so here we
The
have.
gravy train for these grifters are going to end soon. We're a
I
little
hope
early,
so.
but
I hope so.
it's coming.
Yeah. Hey, I'd rather be early than wrong. So New York Angelo is going to tell us the squeeze real price, which has been leaked apparently. So let's see what he has to say. Nice mustache.
of AMC token. So guys, as always, exclusive details and price action of AMC token that was listed on the FTX platform. As you can see over here, the start date of this token was on January 27, 2021. I was surprised this date. This was the time when we saw the major price action of some of the short squeeze plays. So this is the time when they decided that they're going to create a tokenized version of the stocks, and these stocks will be traded on FTX. Clear notice, back then in 2021, during this time, nobody knew or heard of FTX. Now we're jumping towards the actual chart. You will see that the last trading day, as of the chart, as of the day they actually deleted the white paper, right, is November 19. This is about a month ago. And the closing price was $4. $4 was AMC tokenized stock. The weird part over here, as you can see, is that the token actually was fluctuating almost at the same prices where the stock was trading during this period. As you can see, all times high, 2021, over here in June, reached $70, was matching to the real price action. Sometimes, we're seeing this major drop over here, which is very weird. In February, we're having on February 10th, the token fell to all-time low at 5 cents. So guys, this particular time frame, as you can see over here, starting these tokens and these tokenized shares from the actual all-time
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he was talking about.
Moving parts of these stocks all the way to the end of November. And the idea over here is that they were capable, according to the street and other articles, to influence over the price action using these tokens. So the question over here is how come at some point these tokens can match the actual price of the actual stock, and at some point could be extremely low and sometimes more than 90% discounted. As you can see, the closing price
well,
was
clearly it's not
the last trading day, which was at
it's not
November.
an AMC tokenized stock,
and
then,
AMC
is it?
was not trading at $4 this year or last year. AMC opened last year in January 2021 at $2, right? It was trading around $2, but this price action is not equal to anything that we have seen. So if we assume that they're able to trade millions of tokens representing millions of shares at these prices, which are 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% discounted from the real prices, they could potentially influence over the real AMC price action. Example,
What?
if AMC is trading at $5 or $6 or $8, and
This has no link to the stock price whatsoever. Yeah, big nothing sandwich.
they're able to buy
Exactly.
millions of tokens that are equivalent in some way of the AMC actual shares at $4, $3, $2, $1, well, they're getting a very good arbitrage deal, even if they're going long or even if they're going short, because they're buying extremely discounted security in a way. And then they can just simply dump or trade these particular securities on FTX itself. They don't have to go on the open market. They don't have to do anything about it. Remember, this equivalent of the actual shares was provided from Germany, the CM equity, right? This is not coming from the US. So
Germany, I thought it was Swiss.
This major discount, having much cheap version of the shares to create pumps and dumps on a daily basis. Well, this scheme obviously worked pretty well, especially if you look over here during the last months, right? We're seeing this major decline. We're seeing that, starting
actually,
October,
New York-based private equity.
dropping from September $9, we drop all the way down, to $6, which was around or even at the price action. But then we saw this major drop. As you can see at November 9 or 10, we can speculate that this is the times when the things start, moving around the FTX. People start talking, and then we saw this major drop. The token fell to $2.25. Then so like a reversal back to $4, and then remain flat for the whole week from November 11 all the way to the last trading day on November 19. And now the main question is who is trading it, because as you know, the price action should be a representation of the actual supply and demand. Who is trading it and how somebody is able to trade or keep the particular price of the token flat for a whole week at $4. When the stock is not at $4, when the ape is not at $4, combined or divided, they're not doing $4. How they're making up the price action is probably the most important question. And then where all the tokens went when they actually delist or actually delete the white paper from the FTX. That's the biggest question, okay? Because somebody most likely still have majority of the tokens and probably is going to use them during the squeeze. We can speculate with this. Or probably somebody's looking on short-term gains.
Use them during the squeeze.
Somebody might be planning something else. I don't know, guys. We're speculating over here, but based on the chart, things are very, very sketchy. Sketchy timing, sketchy price action, extremely, non-clear. How many tokens are still out there? How many tokens have been used? No volume information. Charts are pretty plain. Why FTX deleted this? Right. By law, in my opinion, they should keep all the data, all the securities, everything that they traded through the platform. So this way they can keep track of, right? But everything is gone.
I have no idea, Model 3
I don't know
dude.
about anything else. But that's
It
weird.
is
Leave your thoughts in
mind-boggling.
the comment section, guys. Subscribe to the channel.
Mind-boggling. 6,000 views in 7 hours, over 500 likes. The question is how they were able to create the tokens in the first place. Well, if you understood what these were, it would not be as hard to understand. Out of everything we've been through, the tokenized securities issue bothers me the most. SEC must answer to this. What is being done about this? Will we see them hide them all? Hide them all. They love to talk about things being hidden. Not worried about worthless tokens on a defunct crypto exchange. Nothing. Just holding real shares on the NYSE and waiting for the inevitable end. Well, they got half of that right. They've lost one of their tricks to bring down the price. So all the people who bought tokens and lost their money, everything sold on FTX was just a book entry. Just a book entry. Where tokens be made or put in circulation on any market if it's not approved by Adam? Aron, can please answer this? Anyone? Nobody can answer that. We answered it. We have answered it. So where does the blockchain fit in? I thought it kept a permanent ledger of all crypto transactions, including the who and when. Somebody help me understand. Nobody can help him understand. With this, we can't assume. No, we can't. That they have been manipulating several or vast majority of common stocks. Oh dear. I have seen a lot of articles stating FTX, SBF far worse than we first thought. Now hedge funds want to swoop in to pick up the pieces or question mark? Tokenized equals synthetic. Hope that helps, my smooth brain brothers. Blind leading the blind. Is there another AMC stock token created somewhere under the different name? Maybe, Albert. Is it possible to be a short squeeze on January 2023? Thanks. Okay. January 3rd is the T plus 90 date. January 3rd is the T plus 90 date. Okay. I thought it was December 15th, but of course that came and went with no occurrence. So, of course, we gotta push it out. Free beer tomorrow. Give me my money, not leaving. This is a supply issue. Supply chains on the boat still. Amy to the moon. Nice hat. Lynn has to believe at this point that most views are paid for. Wouldn't be surprised. Well, let's find out where old Lou is. Lou. Well, he deleted all his videos. How could I forget? Then we got Lou after Wall Street, right? Okay, that's with nothing. We don't have the original channel. Okay. I guess not. Oh man. Okay, what about Al from KHB? DeFi blockchain is peer-to-peer and immutable. CeFi, not so much. Okay, so what about EFI? EFI. Is FTX and similar exchanges, are those considered DeFi? Because I thought that true DeFi, decentralized finance, uses no centralized exchange or system. And it's like peer to peer, like Chris said. So I don't know. I'm putting that out there so somebody can educate me, but wouldn't that be holding the crypto assets off exchange or in a cold wallet or something like that? Let's see here. Oh, look, speaking of overstock, Dave Lauer's Gary Kinsler interview. Okay. And then he's got, what has he got? A Tucker clip here? Fuck. AMC. I haven't looked at any of these videos. I didn't do any streams. Centralized. Centralized. Okay. So that would be FTX. Gotcha. So no different than, I mean, it still utilizes the blockchain, but I guess maybe it's a proprietary blockchain. I don't know. Not your keys, not your crypto, they say. Oh yeah, right. I've heard that. So you have to have the keys. Makes sense. Ecto life artificial. What the hell? Uh, okay. So maybe this will help understand how they use the crypto.
Good afternoon,
How they use this token, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully.
Al from Boston, everybody. Hey, let's talk about this for a sec. This just came in. FTX tokenized shares are now under scrutiny
Oops.
for stocks like AMC and GME. I wonder why. The custodian firm has not held stock for FTX for a year, and reports that the short sellers could actually redeem AMC tokens for actual shares rather than paying a high borrowing fee per the chainsaw. All right.
The chainsaw. Right, that's
This is
right.
the evidence that was brought to light. FTX I'm sorry, they don't have it right here. Let's see the original report. There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay.
They have the evidence right here. Basically, by paying a higher borrow fee,
They
Caroline
have the
and
evidence.
Sam were manipulating the price. I'll have these links on the bottom for you guys.
Oh, good. I
Here,
was just about to ask that. Ah, the chainsaw. Yes, of course. My favorite. Let's see. The chainsaw from Pedestrian Group. Who the hell? Oh, okay. Life Hacker, Gizmodo, Vice, Refinery 29, Kotaku. Oh, I've seen videos or articles about GameStop on them before. Tom Mitchell Hill. Who's this? This article is for general information purposes only and isn't intended to be financial product advice. You should always obtain your own independent advice before making any financial. Obtain your own independent advice before making any financial decisions. The chainsaw and its contributors aren't liable for any decisions based on this content. The now defunct crypto exchange FTX once offered its users the option of trading synthetic tokenized stocks on its platform. Tokenized with an S. So is Mitchell Hill from the UK? I don't know. It's not what I meant to do. Tokenized stocks are digital assets that mimic the price action of publicly traded stocks. Chainsaw previously reported that may have been used to facilitate shady trading of AMC shares as well. Etherscan contract for a total supply of 525,000 wrapped AMC tokens that were listed on the FTX exchange. Apart from this on-chain listing being blatantly inconsistent with statements from its official website claiming that roughly 400 million tokenized AMC shares were available for trading, it also raises some serious doubts as to whether FTX ever owned the underlying AMC shares at all. Oh, God. Lose 6 hours ago? Okay, let's go there. Let's go there, because this is dumb shit. Maybe Lou's got the answer. Yeah? Okay, okay. COSM, right? How could we forget? COSM. Ah, there it is. Ah, there it is. Oh, there it is. I wonder what he's going to say about this.
What's going on, my little Sunday motherfuckers? Listen, putting this video out obviously the day before the market opens up again for Monday, because I get a lot of questions. People telling me, should they sell, should they buy in, trying to get an idea what to do tomorrow. I can't tell you what to do tomorrow, whether you're gonna buy or sell. What I can kind of tell you from what I'm seeing is, look, step back a bit. COSM was a heavily shorted stock with a lot of failed to delivers that went through a surprise 1 to 25 reverse split type setup that nobody's ever seen. It's like, I think legally we're supposed to get a couple of, at least a week, but I know we're supposed to get notice as shareholders to decide whether we want to participate in something like that. Hey, whatever. Neither here nor there, because it happened just like ape, we're in it. On Friday, a lot of people could not sell. Some people could buy, but not buy. It was just mayhem. Nobody, our brokers have told us, like told us, me, TD, whatever, they didn't get shares, so they couldn't do any transactions. And it's just a mayhem all over the place. We're hearing now some people talking about that algos were trading on Friday, and people were doing IOUs, like brokers basically trading as if these real shares, these new shares have hit, because we do have a new tick. Well, it's a new customer. Let's just call it a new company name. So it's new stock. So it's not the old stocks trading around. So now there's less of COSM stock than there was before in order to cover up everything in the past. So this is literally a 50-50 type thing. 50% it could be fucking amazing. 50% it could be a fucking disaster. So when people asking me, should they go in, should not go in, you should know me by now. I don't tell you to buy in, and I don't tell you to sell, and I don't tell you to hold. What I can tell you is, if this is anything like Friday, it's going to be bizarro, it's going to be a roller coaster, it's going to be basically everything in a nutshell. My only advice, and it's free advice, and it's my advice to you, take it or leave it.
Here we go.
If you're a vulnerable person, don't fuck around in crazy shit. Because there's no way of knowing. You buy, order gets fulfilled, order doesn't get fulfilled, shit gets locked up, shares don't get delivered, you write another day. Could go high as far as selling, being able to sell. This could be all over the place. Like I said, nobody that I know can kind of like clear up what we're seeing, because we got transfer agents
tradable on Robinhood? Should be, right?
We got brokers selling.
It's just a NASDAQ, right?
Confirming sales, but delivering
it's not
it in
an
a different
OTC.
ticker, NHNV or something. This has been all over the place. Now, like most wrinkles in the market, they tend to just straighten out. Is it going to straighten out profitable for you, break even for you, or negative
can't
for
be
you?
true.
Nobody
Wait,
can
no,
tell you
that's
that.
right.
All I can tell you is, based on everything
that
that
was
you've
crypto.
seen on this play, you have to make a decision what's best for you, your money, and your fucking anxiety and nerves. Because asking me what brackets do I think, I can't even tell you, because there's no way of formula. You can't even think. We have a different float size. We have shares that haven't been delivered. We have orders that were processed on Friday. I don't know, between brokers, paper to paper, IOUs. Was it algorithms trading? There's no way of knowing. And what if tomorrow shares are not available and Monday becomes another Friday, and then there's a bunch of IOUs / failed to delivers that have to be. This could be a fucking monster, a nightmare. It could be anything. So, people
It could
are
be
very,
anything.
people are
Fuck
very
it, I'm buying
interested in the world of retail.
10,000 shares tomorrow.
If they make
Just
money,
kidding.
they feel like victors. They could do no wrong. How amazing! If they get trapped and lose money because the market goes up and down, then
it's not exactly the first time something like this has happened in this bullshit.
I personally have gotten tired of that, because
Shit.
if you've seen the market for the time that everybody's been in the market, you understand not everybody wins. And not everybody loses as bad as other people do. Some people get blown away and devastated. So the idea that one person is going to give you a snapshot, I'm giving you kind of like everything that I'm seeing for you to make a
Audio is
decision.
good. Oh, okay.
Because even if you were to call, let's say, for example, you had a broker and you called up your broker, like person-to-person broker, and ask him, what do you think is going to happen on Monday? The reality is, what is he going to tell you, or she? What are they going to tell you? Oh, it's going to be great, because the other side is going to have to buy up everything that they did. True. But are the shares going to be available? Are your shares going to be available? Is this going to run high because of all the buying? But how fast is it going to be when people get their shares? Are they going to dump? At what price are they going to dump? Are they going to hold? Nobody knows. Stop.
The volume was
with the YouTube
basically
drama,
non-existent.
Stop with the Reddit, Twitter, whatever. This motherfucker is a beast on its own.
Weekly candles.
Yeah.
Volume of 217.
Tell me if anybody's ever seen a stock that's gone through a surprise, 25 to 1 reverse.
How is that even?
All of a sudden, and then people can't trade, but there's trading, but it's trading with
volume.
other tickers, and people are buying in, but they can't sell. And
5.
you can go on and on and on.
70.
Did the shorts cover? How? There's no real shares.
That was in
there.
2014.
Who's got
Okay.
any shares?
Fine.
So how are they covering the original numbers?
2020.
The FTDs. How are they covering that with the new shares? They would have to buy those motherfuckers. Buy them from who? We're not selling them. Why? We didn't get them. And people that said, "But I sold." Did you sell
157,
stock, or did you sell
256, 143,
I got you type
941?
There's no way of knowing.
Shares.
So I wanted to put this video out because when I do the live streams and I'm fucking around having a glass of wine trying to just, settle in for the night, so many of these questions pop up. But
recently, in the millions, and then 120 million.
There's nothing you could do. Like, for example, like people were screaming, "Pump and dump, loot."
There were literally days not that long ago.
I mean, like, it's kind of funny because
this stock,
like, I haven't. My broker
literally traded 16 shares in a day.
Tomorrow pre-market, they got
10 shares, 13 shares.
And then obviously, I'm going to see what happens in the mayhem of it, because
that's what 400 shares does.
Who sold first? Definitely not me. Who sold in the middle? Definitely not me. I mean, like, I'm the last of the Mohicans here. either way, look, I'm hoping it comes out good for me and, a lot of people, but that's how I'm looking at it. So all those emails and everything I'm getting, you should know better by now. I can't tell you a price on where to sell because I'm not you. Only you could do that kind of stuff,
Ooh, here's the
it's
the AMC squeeze
it's
right
like
here.
asking somebody, like asking your father
Actually,
when is a good time to become a father, and
this
smart father will say when you
was
feel
$100
to
then.
be a father.
Wow.
He can't tell you when. That's up to you. So
It was 33 cents.
good luck.
Shit.
Tomorrow obviously I'm not gonna make any videos because when something's going like this, I don't want to make a video and then something influences something, whatever. I'll see you motherfuckers at the end of the day. All I can tell you is good luck. Stay calm. Don't do nothing crazy. Don't risk money that you need. Beware of motherfuckers chanting hold and all kinds of weird shit because they'll tell, like I told you in AMC, people tell you to hold, but they were cleaning out their positions. I love it.
Yeah, right.
They were cleaning out their positions. You're talking about the executive team. You love apes, but you're clearing out your position. Wait a minute, isn't that fucked up a little bit? Isn't that like a pump and dump? I love apes, you sell position? I don't see nobody fucking screaming that one, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. AMC's in the past for me. I have one share, and I'll probably, fuck it. I'll sell that shit out tomorrow as well. Because what am I doing with it? It's down $2 and
he's selling his one share tomorrow.
Anyway, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And this is the Lou public safety announcement. Don't get hurt tomorrow. Don't do nothing stupid. I wish you people make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, tomorrow, it's you and your decision whether you're buying back in, you're selling, you're holding until Tuesday, you're trying to get the higher number. That's all you. Nobody can tell you that shit. This play is boy, this is gonna be interesting to talk tomorrow night. So, giant love, motherfuckers, and yeah, we'll do the wine lounge tonight to talk. No stock.
Wine lounge tonight.
None. If anybody asks me
$4 bottle.
Stock tonight before Stockmageddon, whatever tomorrow.
$6 box.
It's just there's no answer for anything. Call your broker. Ask your broker. Are we gonna get the shares or what price is gonna come out? Even they don't fucking know. So if they don't know and they're getting the information directly from nobody knows. So there you go. Happy Sunday, and don't get molested. I'll see you later.
Great. Wow, so exciting. Right. Okay. Wish I had more to say about that. Brokers don't forecast price. Right.
Here's how the process looked.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Al from Boston, everybody. Hey, let's talk about this for a
Kick it
second.
off. Kick it
This
off.
just came in. FTX tokenized shares are now under scrutiny for stocks like AMC and GME. I wonder why. The custodian firm has not held stock for FTX for a year, and reports that the short sellers could actually redeem AMC tokens for actual shares rather than paying a high
Reports
borrow
are that short sellers could redeem AMC tokens for actual shares rather than pay high borrowing fees. Okay. Per the chainsaw.
All right. This is the evidence that was brought to light. FTX I'm sorry, they don't have it right here. Let's see the original report. There we go. Sorry about that.
It's not
They
a
have the
report.
evidence right here.
This isn't
Basically,
a report.
by paying a higher borrow fee, Caroline and Sam were manipulating the price. I'll have these links on the bottom for you guys. Here's how the process looked. Right here, you guys.
Is that okay? So that's in here, I guess. Where's that at? Peter Hahn. Oh, they use a Peter Hahn quote. Oh, okay. That makes
The
it
evidence right
all
here.
different.
Basically, by paying a higher borrow fee, Caroline and Sam were manipulating the price. I'll have these links on the bottom for you guys. Here's how the process
Where's
looks.
this from?
Right here, you guys. Generation, the FTX tokenized stock generation process.
Okay, where's
This is
this?
how it looks
Is this
like.
from the white
We'll
paper?
talk about this tonight on the live. This is big.
God
I just want you to
damn.
get a quick understanding of what's happened. Basically, Citadel and the short hedge funds paid a little extra money, and boom, they are now able to short even more with impunity without having to do anything.
What?
I don't
Like,
want to go too
he
much
did,
into this.
what is
because
he
I
just
have to
showing us?
add this in part of the
Oh my God.
paperwork we're filing.
Yeah, that's the proof right here. Here's,
This is how it looks like. I'll talk about this tonight on the live.
oh yeah, I'm sure. Buy coin USD at 294. Here's your coin USD token. By the way, we got the trade done at 295. Crypto exchange activity. Buy coin at market. Okay. Buy coin at market price for CM equity and kindly mint some coin USD tokens. Here's the money and the amount to buy. Here's one coin share and one minted coin USD. NASDAQ buy coin at market price. Make shares for CM equity. What the fuck? Okay.
This is big. I just want you to get a quick understanding of what's happened. Basically, Citadel.
Okay, what the hell is that?
This is big. I just want you to get a quick understanding of what's happened.
1 pill in the morning. So this is not the chainsaw, it's something else. Is it this other thing? Maybe it's this. Oh, here we go. Where is this from? According to Forbes,